Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I am glad you are here. First off, I want to thank the channel members. Thank you guys and gals. I appreciate you more than you know. And thank anybody who's found their way in to check out my knife, my EDC content. I appreciate you. If you like the content and are so inclined and hadn't had a chance yet, if you'd hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon, it will really help me out. So today I've got a special treat, and this is going to be my review of the Yeager 3.0. And I'm trying to find, give me 1 second guys, as I bumble through my stickers without making a mess. That's what I was looking for. And I'm going to take my fancy pen and mark out my buddy A to Z EDC, because his cool full-sized Arius is not here. But these Yeagers, and that's kind of a foreshadowing of what's to come, were sent by Brother Lord Needham for me to check out, because he knows I'm a big Yeager fan. I've got the Yeager version 2 or Yeager M. This is the updated version. It is amazing. I have been carrying this one, and we'll look at mine here in a second, has the flipper tab. They also have it in a flipper delete. I always thought I was a flipper delete guy until I had some time with a couple that have the flipper, because with the flipper being so low profile and all your power going down, you can push button it or light switch it, but it's just natural to pull it down. What it does not do is inhibit your flick. It does not get in the way no matter how you grip the knife, right-handed, left-handed. I'm not going to embarrass myself by thumb flicking it, but one major upgrade is, instead of it being a frame lock, as is my 2.0, a full frame lock, it's a recess frame lock which sets back behind that carbon fiber. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you've got the same type of frame lock, but you've got this carbon fiber skin keeping any pressure that you might put on that frame lock by, if you're a lefty or if you were an inadequate thumb flipper. The detents feel just about the same, which is fantastic. This knife has always been in my top 5 overall detent knives. It is snappy. You have this deep hollow ground. I think the V2, let's look at, Lord Needham sent 2 for us to check out. This is, and these colorways have had, we won't say customizations, but they've been switchy swooed. So my understanding is this blade came with this black tie and Arctic carbon fiber Yeager, and this satin blade, if I understand correctly, came with this, what I think some of the most pretty Mars Valley or lava, which is all I can think of it. I call it vampire blood, because you've got these little bright speckles of red, and then you've got this gray swirly smoke. I love this colorway here. I would actually, if it was me, I would have those scales right there with the black tie and the satin blade. But that's just because I'm a weirdo and it would go with my colorway. But this brings us to another interesting difference. So I noticed the pivot was more pronounced on the V3, which is nothing but a fantastic improvement. So if you look at that, this is a T8. So no, they didn't go up to a T10. They went up to a T15. So this pivot is now a T15. So you've got T8s, a T15 pivot, which is fantastic. And you've also got a captive pivot. I'm not going to call this a geometric shape that I can't identify, because it's not round, but it's not, you know, like this side shorter than, it's a geometric captive pivot, which keeps it from turning when you're doing your disassembly. So the differences that I've been able to decipher from the version 2 and the version 3 is the awesome captive pivot, the new colorways, which are these beautiful carbon fibers, and the fact that they did the liner lock as a recessed liner lock with the carbon fiber over it. I was hoping to see the blade steel, because if I'm not mistaken, mine's M390. This is probably M392. I'm going to say it's M390, guys, because that's what it was. It's going to be a premium steel, but I think they're M390. They are slicey beasts. Let's get some paper. I did get permission to cut. Guys, these Brown Yeagers are some of the best EDC knives. For me personally, knives are kind of a subjective thing, right? I love the Wharncliffe tip on this knife. I say tip because it really does kind of sway out into a splinter digger. This is a very acute tip. This flat grind, you feel like you're touching your fingers. The sounds that this knife makes are out of the world. It's got just a natural locked up cling. My biggest struggle, since we're friends, I can tell y'all, I might be able to buy one of these knives. However, I have a Yeager V2, which I now see a couple of flaws with. The pivot. I see a couple of differences that make me think the V3 would possibly fill a space. But that's just me talking myself into doing something I shouldn't do, because I just picked up another knife that Lord Needham was nice enough to share. But while these were in, I had to share them with you guys. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm going to put away the blue and satin when we do a couple of size comparisons, because that's not going to change. Let's do our Side ground cold steel Formax and our Civivi Baby Banta. Of course, it's going to be in the middle of those, but let's see how it compares with a Bug Out, so it's going to be right about the same length as the Benchmade Bug Out. Here's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, which is going to be shorter than. It's going to be thicker, of course, because it is a titanium knife. Even though you've got nice weight relief, you've got that 3/4 length Backspacer black that just looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm guessing it's going to be right around 1/2 of an inch. .5595, .56, and the thickness, spine thickness, I'll do that, but I'm not going to get an edge on this. 0.1615, and we will get a weight. Let's get the Javon handy Amazon scale that's starting to get squirrely on me, that needs to be replaced with another sticker on it. 4.55 ounces, 4.75 ounces, 4.55 ounces, so maybe that's the amount of material they stone washed off of there. Let's see what the version 2 comes in at. 4.55 ounces. So, I'm brain dead. But what makes the blue one with the satin blade oh well, I'll never figure it out, and it doesn't matter. So they're right around 4.5, 4.5. Fantastic size, fantastic carry profile. Let's do this. Let's get the tape measure. Get a couple of quick measurements. I'm going to call it 7.5 inches overall with a 3¼ inch blade, 3-inch cutting edge, 4¼ right under 4.5 inch handle. Where I grip the knife, it's 3.5. 3.5 right here, from here to here. The inside grip, if that's important to you, is right at 3 inches. And just an absolute fantastic knife. So that is the Yeager V3, experience courtesy of Brother Lord Needham, who sent me in some fantastic knives last week. I need to get these back to him. And that is it next to the Yeager V2. You can see a much beefier pivot. And then again, you've got the captive pivot, and you've got the beautiful carbon fiber concealing that frame lock. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Thank each and every one of you. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And always choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.